Hi, my name's Dave and I'm from Market Share Property. We're a boutique real estate office established just on 2 years ago now. Who am I? Well, I'm a real estate agent that's been in the outer eastern suburbs of Melbourne for just on 20 years. I spent a large portion of my career working for large franchises. In fact, I owned 2 franchised offices in Ringwood for just on 10 years. Very successful, very large scale offices, always in the top 10 of our franchise. And look, we did really well out of it. It was a very solid business. Why am I independent? Look, I looked at the way real estate was going. I looked at the way society was changing, and I looked at the way people were adapting to technology. And I just felt that the franchise system, while I have a lot of regard for the company that I worked with, I just felt that they were unable, unwilling to change and to adapt the way that society was very, very quickly changing. I think we've all seen it. We've all seen it with the explosion of smartphones. We've all seen it with the explosion of social media. We've all seen it with the way people are now able to interact and communicate with friends and family from the 4 corners of the globe. And we've seen the way that people's buying habits have changed. Consumers' buying habits have changed. One of the greatest frustrations I had in real estate was the multiple offer situation. I always found it extraordinarily frustrating when we were putting buyers in a position where they had to make their very best offer in a blind sale or a blind offer situation, where they didn't have the opportunity to know what they were offering against, what the benchmarks was, what the line in the sand was, what the vendor would accept or wouldn't accept. And clearly it's a very difficult situation to be in when you don't know what the other offers are, and you just have to take as much of an educated guess as you can and just take a real shot in the dark. And I felt that we were really costing our owners money. We were costing them the opportunity for buyers to know what they were offering against, to know what the next person was prepared to pay, and to have an opportunity to beat that. And many times, many times, I would have buyers come back after a successful transaction, after a property had sold for a decent amount of money, often more than we thought it would originally sell for. But we would have buyers come back and say, you know what? Had I known that these people were prepared to pay X, I would have paid X plus 10 grand. I would have paid X plus 15 grand. And do you know why I didn't do that? I didn't do it because I didn't believe that you had the level of interest that you said you had. You told me you had 6 offers. I didn't know whether that was true or not. I didn't know whether you were being legitimate in what you were saying. I had to take it on face value that you had this massive amount of interest in the property. And I had to decide at what point I was prepared to enter my offer. I had to decide at what point I thought I might be going higher than everyone else. See, it's not just a matter of what I'm prepared to pay. It's a matter of I don't want to pay $20,000 more than the next guy. I don't want to be in a position where I've paid well more than I have to. So as a result, as a buyer, I withheld some of that money. And that was extraordinarily frustrating as an agent. And I knew that our owners weren't getting the very best deal possible. And I knew that our buyers weren't getting the best opportunity to buy the homes of their dreams. They weren't getting all the information they needed to make informed, intelligent decisions onto whether they wanted to buy a property. Now, in a moment of insanity, some 18 months ago, I decided that this just would not do any longer, and we had to do something about it. I went looking for a platform that would work, something that would allow us to give that sort of information back to the buying public and to give our owners the very best chance to get the very best price. And you know what I found? Nothing. Nothing was out there. Agents were content to continue to do things the way they had done for 30 years. Yes, they'd embraced social media, but they embraced social media as a platform to shout from the rooftops about the prices they'd already achieved, or to tell people about the latest community service they had done, whether it be a charity auction or a football sponsorship or whatever the case may be. But there was nothing out there that actually improved the transaction for anyone. So we decided to do something about it. We decided that if it wasn't there, and it wasn't in the marketplace currently, that we would create it. And what you see in front of you on the screen now is our creation. It's MarketBuy. It's an online offer management system that allows people to make open and transparent offers online from any mobile-capable, internet-capable device, and allows them to see when someone else makes an offer. And here's how it works. Once we've got the required interest in the property, you see we still sell properties or put properties on the market the same way that we always have. We still run open for inspections. We still list them through the major portals, being realestate.com.au and domain.com.au, and we still generate our buyer inquiry through the tried and tested means. Why do we do that? Why have we not chosen to change that side of things? You know, it works. It works really, really well. Realestate.com.au and domain.com.au are big companies, and they've poured millions upon millions of dollars into developing their sites so that they are the most effective buyer inquiry mechanisms on the face of the planet. They're better than anything that's in the States. They're better than anything that's in any other country that I've seen. They are exceptionally good at getting emails flowing through to the agents and the phones ringing and the buyers and putting those properties front of mind of the buyers. So if it works and it works really well, that's not what we had to fix. What we had to fix was the offer process. The offer process is broken, and it has been broken for a large number of years in this country. So that's what we focused on, and that's what we looked at changing. So market buy is the result. So once we've got the interest in the property, we then ask them to register. How do they register? It's quite simple. This is a copy of a registration page, or a page that we would send to a prospective buyer. What happens is they go in and they submit a password for their account. They decide whether it's going to be subject to building inspection or subject to finance. If it is subject to finance, we ask them to put a finance amount in. We then ask them to register their credit card details. Now, with the credit card details, once it's been approved, we'll give them a pre-authorization for $1,000. In this case, could be more if a particular agent chooses, but $1,000 in most cases, which will then come off the credit card off the successful purchase. Now, we do this for two really important reasons. The first one is we want to verify the identity of the purchaser. Obviously, being an online offer management system, we need to know that these buyers are real, they've seen the property, they're interested in the property, we know who they are, and they're not there just to game the system. We want to know that the people that are making offers are people that we've pre-approved as buyers and are legitimate and are going to protect the integrity of the site, because that's really important for buyer confidence, for them to know that the buyers they're competing against are legitimate buyers. So we do that. Secondly, it also streamlines the initial deposit process. So once they've secured the property and they've been nominated as the successful purchaser, $1,000 is automatically deducted from their credit card. So the credit card details go in there. They then check this box to say that they've read the terms and conditions of the site and they understand the rules under which this sale will take place. And then they register. So you'll see here that a registration page comes up, or a sale page comes up, and we've got a countdown from when the sale starts. So that's buyer number one. Buyer number two is over here. Now, we've already pre-registered her for the purposes of this, so she's already in place. Once again, there's a timer ticking down to when the sale, when they've got the time to make their first offer. But Edna from Moonee Ponds has decided that she's going to make an offer on this property, and she's going to make an offer of $480,000. She puts in a password, she hits the place offer. Little prompt comes up to say, are you sure you want to make an offer on this property for $480,000? And Edna says, yes I do. Offer's made. From Edna's point of view, she can see that her offer is now $480,000. The other really important thing here is we've got a red light next to this price. Now, this red light, as you can see, says that the minimum price for the owners has not yet been met. I think it's really important that buyers know when they're competing for a property that is actually going to sell, or they're making offers on a property that's below what an owner is prepared to take. And I think that's a critical part of this site, that we allow buyers full disclosure of when it's going to sell and when they haven't met a price that an owner is prepared to accept. So we can see here that the price has not yet been met. The Jones family, once again, they will be notified that an offer has been made of $480,000. And they can see here that $480,000 has been made at this particular time. We've got a timer here that resets. Given this is just a demonstration, our timer is only a 2-minute one, but in our live sales, the timer is anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes. Now, this is really important because it gives people an opportunity to consider their position. It gives them the time to really sit back and discuss amongst themselves whether they're prepared to go another step, whether they're prepared to make that follow-up offer. Obviously here, the Jones haven't made an offer yet, so yeah, they're well and truly into it. They really want this house. They've looked at it, they've been through the open for inspections, and they decide, at $490,000 will be their next offer. They submit their price, put their password in, place the offer, confirm it, $490,000 shows up on the site. Edna likewise gets the opportunity to see that $490,000 has been offered. And once again, the timer resets. Still in the red zone here. We're not yet selling this property. We haven't reached a point where the vendor goes, you know what, I'm happy with that price and I'm prepared to take it. Speaking of the owners, what do the owners get to see? This is Sydney the seller. Sydney the seller gets their own page, their own screen, their own unique URL login. Sydney the seller does not get to interact in the sale. They're not here to put dummy offers in. They're not here to mess around with the process. But what they are here to do is to watch the sale happen. They get full disclosure of the offers as they come through in real time as they come through. They'll nominate what sort of emails they want. They'll get an offer. They'll get an email whether when the offer period started, when the offer period has completed, whether it's been cancelled, and they'll get an email of any offer received, and they'll also get an email 5 minutes prior to the end of the sale. They can decide to disengage any or all of these. Completely up to them. Jones family is currently holding the highest offer at $490,000. Edna's not real happy with this because she decides that she really wants this property, but she's thinking that maybe it might be a good idea to knock these people out of it. She's sick of playing around. She wants the house. She makes an offer of $510,000. As you can see, the light has just gone green. The vendor's price, the minimum vendor's price has been met. All buyers now know that this property is going to be sold. They are well aware that there is no more messing around here. This property is on the market. It's going to sell. The highest offer will take this property. There's also contracts in Section 32s. These contracts in Section 32s are downloadable. So all the information is at their fingertips. They've got everything they need to make their decisions. The Jones family are huddled around the iPad. Mum and Dad are looking at the iPad in the lounge room. The kids are hovering around watching the sale take place. Mum's saying, look, really like this property. I think we should make another offer. Dad's deciding whether he's got the financial capabilities to do it. The kids are jumping around excitedly going, go, 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 make your offer, make your offer. We want this house. I've already chosen my bedroom. The parents are discussing it amongst themselves. They might be a little bit reluctant, but they know they want their property and they've got a benchmark to aim at. So the Jones parents decide between them, yes, they will make a further offer. They haven't got a massive amount in reserve, but they do want to make a further offer, so they're going to make an offer of $512,000. And the offer's made. Time is reset. Emails go out. Edna's aware. She now knows that she's been beaten. She's not holding the highest offer at this stage. She has $512,000 to consider. She's going to decide whether she wants to make a higher offer. Once again, Edna's buying this by herself. So she's not necessarily relying on the communication between family members, but she's got to sit there and really work out, how much do I want this house? How much am I really keen to go to secure this property? You know, this is the vast difference between this and a normal sale where a buyer just has to take a shot in the dark and they don't get any chance to consider it. They don't get any chance to look back and say, you know, I could have gone higher. All the while, the owners are sitting here saying, this is fantastic. Our light's gone green. We can see the property is going to sell. We've got two buyers here that are really aggressively fighting it out for it. This is fantastic. We're not waiting on an agent to call me. We're not waiting with biting our nails, sitting around waiting for someone to show up with 4 or 5 transactions, 4 or 5 offers. We're not sitting here wondering, would that person pay any more? They've got every bit of information right in front of them. They can see this from their workplace. They can see it on a mobile phone. They can see it on a tablet. The Jones family have come to the decision that 512 is, they're really, really hoping that Edna doesn't come back. But unfortunately, they're going to be disappointed because Edna really does like this property. So she's decided that 515,000 is going to be her next offer. Jones family have seen it come through on their computer, 515,000. What do? Do they make another offer? Do they go another step? But they've got that choice. They've got that information in front of them to decide. They've been looking for a couple of months now. The kids are really at the parents, really want the rooms that they've picked out. They really want to move into this new house. It's close to schools, it's close to parks, it's close to some of their friends. It's a great house. It's a step up from where they're at, and they really want it. And in the time frame between the offer and when the offer expires, they've got that opportunity to sit down as a family and discuss it. The parents have got the opportunity to sit down and decide how much money they've got to spend. They've decided that you know what, I'm not going to go to Queensland this year. They're going to really give themselves every opportunity to buy this house. $517,000 is their offer. Owners are excited. They're seeing it go up and up and up. Edna's got the same decision that the Jones family had. Are they going to go up any further? Is she going to go up any further? She can see that the offer's $517,000, and she can see at what time these people have made offers, and she knows they probably do want it. She's got to decide how far her finances will stretch. Now, the other thing that's really interesting is this stuff can be done on a tablet, on a phone. So it's perfectly responsive. Edna can make these offers on a phone if she likes. It's very simple, very easy to do. She can be doing it from a tablet. She can also be doing it from a desktop or a home computer. So it's important as agents that we recognize that people want to be able to work remotely. They want to be able to interact with their transactions at any point, in any location. As long as they've got an internet connection, they want the opportunity to be able to buy these properties. We've got 57 seconds left. The owners are very happy. It's well over. This light went green at $500,000. They know that the price has been met. The Jones family know that the price has been met. Edna knows that the price has been met. What do? Where do they go from here? Well, what happens now is if the timer ticks down, then we're going to find that the Jones family have secured their property. Emails have already been sent out to say that there's only 5 minutes left on the sale. Everyone's aware of where they stand and what they can do. So it's all in front of them. It's very open. It's very transparent. As far as security, we've ensured that this is a very robust and very safe and secure site. With 7 seconds left to go, Edna has decided that unfortunately in this case, she's just going to have to let the sale go. She gets a notification to say, unfortunately, you didn't have the winning offer on the property. The Jones family have just erupted into elation. They've been notified that congratulations, you've got the winning offer of $517,000. $1,000 has automatically been deducted from their credit card. They then download the contracts in Section 32s, whether it's with help on an agent via the phone or the agent jumps in the car and drives around and sees them. Those transactions or those contracts can be completed on the spot. They can be scanned and sent back within minutes. The owners have just cracked some champagne corks and they're extremely happy. They've watched the sale unfold in front of them and they know that their property has just sold for $17,000 above where their light went green. So they're very happy. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the sale. This is how it works and it works extremely well. Have we tried it in the real marketplace and have we tried it on real properties? Yes, we have. This is a sale we just recently completed in Coringal Street in Croydon North. And you can see that here a successful sale for $435,000 was placed on the property. Started at $400,000. The light went green at $410,000. The second offer was $426,000. So by the time the second offer had taken place, we were already well into the green light area. $430,000 was the next one. $435,000 was the final price. Another one that we did just recently started off at $380,000. The light once again went green here at $410,000, so we went from $380,000 to $419,000. Third offer was $415,000. The light went green. The buyers knew they were playing for keeps. $425,000, $433,000, $433,250. So our minimum offer is $250, and then $434,250, $250, which was the final and successful offer for the property. And what do our owners think of it? Clearly the owners love it. You can see here that the sale was magnificent. They could actually see the buyers fighting it out for their house. It made us feel more part of the sale, and at any time we wished we could check on the status. When the light went green, we were very happy, then something else happened and it just kept going up. We were ecstatic with the final price and it well exceeded our expectations. We loved it and would recommend it to any homeowner to want to ensure they got the best results. So from an owner's point of view, it's great. From a buyer's point of view, it allows them to more fully engage. Engagement's one of those things, or one of those buzzwords in real estate that everyone talks about. But unfortunately, engagement in real estate generally relates to how many likes and how many shares an agent gets on their latest sold sticker on their board or their latest self-promotional video. That's what they class as engagement. We look at engagement as a much more different metric. We look at engagement as how many buyers can we get interested in a property and actively fighting for the home. How many buyers can we give enough confidence in the process that they understand that they're going to be given the very best chance. They no longer have to rely on the agent and what the agent says. They can see what's in front of them. They can see where their competition is. And they're given the time to make fully informed and logical decisions as to where they go in regards to price. The more we can create that confidence from a buyer, the more that we can fully give them the transparency, and the more that we can give them the idea that they're competing against other legitimate buyers and they're not so reliant on what the agent says, and they're not so, I guess, throwing walls up because they don't believe that there's a level of interest that the agent has told them there is, then the more that they will compete, the more that they will actively pursue the property with vigor and gusto. And that's what we've found. That's what we've found in our live sales. We've found that buyers have really enjoyed the prospect of knowing where the other offers are. And in every single case so far, those buyers have well exceeded what they said their stated maximum was. When we asked the buyer why they went over and above what they told us they were prepared to pay, it's because they said they had got rid of the thoughts that they were just being played for fools. They had managed to eliminate the idea that the agent was just trying to work them up in price, but there was no basis for it. They knew what they were fighting against. They knew that there were other buyers out there that were prepared to aggressively fight for the home, and they knew they had to go higher than what they thought they might have to in order to secure the house. So from that point of view, it is an absolute bonus for the owners. Not only do the owners get to be involved in the sale and have some sort of ownership of the sale in that they've set the reserve or set the minimum price that they're prepared to accept, but they give their buyers the opportunity to really aggressively fight for the home. So this is what we've put in place, and through our practical and live on the market sales that we've made, we've found that it has had across the board ticks of approval. The owners love it. The agents love it because they get to give their buyers an open and transparent. They're not having to say the same thing 10 times over and over again. They're not having to prove to buyers their integrity. The buyers have integrity in the site. The buyers love it because they get to really fight for it based on what they can afford and what they're prepared to pay, and they finally get the chance to do away with all the sort of negativity and second thoughts that the agent might be doing the wrong thing, or the agent's not telling them the truth, or the agent hasn't given them a fair and free opportunity to make their best offer. So it's become one of those real rare situations in the real estate industry where it has been just an absolute win-win scenario for everyone. So Market Buy is available. It's available for all clients in the eastern suburbs. We are rolling it out to other agents. It's just been picked up in New Zealand just very recently. But Market Buy is the change that we've been looking for in real estate transactions. If you're an owner of your home and you want to make sure that your property gets the very best price, if you want to make sure that your buyers are given every opportunity to submit their highest and best offer, if you want to make sure that no money is left on the table, and you want to make sure that you can walk away from this transaction knowing that you secured the very, very best that you possibly can, then Market Buy is the solution for you. It's safe, it's secure, it's been built robustly. It sits on its own dedicated server. It can run 500 concurrent sales. It has the capacity to send out 7,500 emails a minute. And it can have 9,000 individual viewers per sale. We've run aggressive load testing on it. We've run 10,000 individual scenarios through it over a couple of hours as a test. We only had one warning page came up, and that was a page that took longer than 4 seconds to load. We've tried everything that we possibly can in backroom testing to break the system. It's robust, it's secure, and it's safe, and it will not break. It has the capacity to run hundreds and hundreds of sales at the one time, so it will never crash. We've kept the usability and the interface really simple. We've kept it so that anyone can use it. There's no limit. You don't need any specific technical knowledge to be able to use this system. You don't need any proficiency in websites to be able to use it. You just need to be able to punch in a price into the designated fields and remember your password. If you can do those two things, then you can use Market Buy to its full advantage. So Market Buy is the change that we've been looking for. We've introduced it to the real estate industry in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne, and it's yours and it's available. If you want to know how Market Buy can make sure that you get the very best price for your property, if you want to make sure that you are at the forefront of technology and you are giving your buyers the very best chance to buy your property for the most, then contact us at Market Share Property in Croydon North, 8727 0333. Alternatively, you can contact us on demo@marketbuy.com.au and we can show you how to make technology work for you.